Hello, I'm Don Mitchell. Welcome back to Business Basics, where you can learn how to be the kind of leader who can grow your customers or beneficiaries by more than 20 times while vastly reducing costs and eliminating the need to apply more capital, more investment to accomplish all this. So today we'll be continuing the ways to add customers or beneficiaries. And this time we'll be looking at lesson 15, which is talking about attracting more people through liking people and encouraging them to like you. So it sounds like a pleasant lesson. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Let me quote first from the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verses 30 through 31 in the New King James Version. Then I was beside him as a master craftsman, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him, rejoicing in his inhabited world, and my delight was with the sons of men. Joe Girard was a champion vehicle salesman for many years in the United States, averaging more than 5 daily sales of cars and trucks. What were his secrets? According to Mr. Girard, it was simply due to offering a fair price and being someone customers liked to buy from. Mr. Girard made the car buying experience pleasant, and he asked for referrals from customers to family and friends by sending out pre-printed holiday cards monthly to those who had ever bought from him that said on the front, "I like you." Think back to the first time one of your friends told you that a person of the opposite sex likes you. That information was pretty heady stuff and very intriguing, wasn't it? Today, your reaction may be more muted to learning that someone likes you, but you'll still seek out that person's company and attention. Consider, however, the celebrities who strike you as most appealing. Have you ever seen a photograph of one of those celebrities in which the celebrity seems to be staring into your eyes with a friendly gaze, as a friend does who dotes on you? Research has shown that those who can project that they deeply like virtually everyone are much more attractive people to spend time with and to buy from. It's no wonder that celebrities who have mastered that look soon find themselves in the role of pitching products and services on television. Here are some other characteristics of the people we like to buy from. First, they're more physically attractive than their competitors. Second, they have more in common with us than competitors in terms of background and what we wear. Three, they pay us sincere compliments. Four, we know them or they seem familiar. Five, we have successfully solved problems together. Six, they routinely bring us good news. Many direct selling organizations take advantage of such characteristics to involve our friends in selling to us. Tupperware, a direct sales company known for offering its plastic containers at women's parties, has been an example of this marketing approach for many years. The hostess for Tupperware parties is usually a neighbor or a friend. The hostess receives a commission from any sales that are made at the party, and she provides the home and refreshments. Friends and neighbors who are invited often feel they need to accept if they want to keep a good relationship with the hostess. They also know they're expected to buy some Tupperware when they come. American homes have been overstocked with Tupperware for decades as a result of such parties, even though comparable containers can be bought in a store at a much lower price. Students of neuro-linguistic programming, often referred to as NLP, have also shown that you can induce liking by physically copying, mirroring what the other person does in such terms as gestures, breathing, and posture, until an unconscious rapport is established. Then, rather than copy, you can begin leading the other person with your movements. Once the person follows what you do, you'll probably be able to sell the person something. This persuasion method seems to be an example of people opening up to what you want to have to say after perceiving a similarity and familiarity at a subliminal level. If you want to learn more about how to employ your liking for people and having them like you and to ethically encourage purchases, I suggest you read Influence by Robert B. Cialdini. So what benefits come from employing liking to stimulate demand for industry offerings? First, you'll attract much more attention from potential buyers. Second, if they need or can use what you offer, they'll feel compelled to consider your sales pitches and give them a fair hearing, even if they aren't looking to buy at that time. Third, if you provide your offerings in an acceptable way, they'll probably keep buying until others do work with you. Four, if there's enough demand is stimulated, you'll also grow revenues faster than costs and assets, increasing your profit and cash flow as a percentage of revenues. Five, if you grasp a unique form of liking, such as becoming better acquainted with them than anyone else, You'll reduce the impact of competitors against you, making other offerings seem inferior because of the superior comfort customers feel towards you and your offerings. 6, your pricing power will have increased because you now face less competition for those customers who favor you. When you make a mistake, people will let you know as a friend that you need to improve, rather than simply look for a new supplier. 7, mass marketing effectiveness will be improved when you maintain a liking advantage, as cosmetics companies do through employing popular models and actresses. With enough of a liking advantage, competitors' marketing will be remembered by most potential customers as having come from you. What's the strategic lesson of expanding your market by 20 times your liking? Develop as many sources of liking and familiarity as you can among current potential customers. For a market you can serve well, encourage customers and prospects to buy more by applying these liking sources to make them feel better, liked by you, and to increase their liking for you. Or you will leave the door open to continuing new entrants who can create liking advantages against you. Peter Drucker applied this concept exceptionally well in his consulting practice. He held the sessions in a pleasant part of his living room that overlooked a backyard pool. He began by going to great lengths to put you at ease by asking detailed questions about every member of your family, your personal plans, your travel, your hotel, your sleep, and how you were feeling that day. Peter would also share the same details of himself and his own family and tell many wonderful stories that made you feel as if you were an old friend. Such personal questions and comments would last for 45 minutes if there were 2 people visiting Peter. Even in a one-on-one session, these personal conversations would take 30 minutes. I once asked Peter how to persuade my clients to follow more of my recommendations. He suggested phrasing the recommendations in terms of being an extension of some great success that the person or organization had previously achieved. Peter mentioned that people have a hard time hearing anything other than praise. Everyone remembers actual praise quite well. Could it be that they also like people better who phrase recommendations in terms of honest praise? Sure they do. The following sections address questions you should consider for employing genuine liking as a way to expand your market. So what opportunities for liking can you pursue because the market is underdeveloped? Here I'd like to quote from Proverbs 16:13. Righteous lips are the delight of kings, and they love him who speaks what is right. Liking is often more important in underdeveloped markets than in developed ones because most potential customers in undeveloped market have no idea of whether they need an offering they haven't yet employed. The easiest thing for a potential customer to do in such a case is just ignore the industry and its offerings. But if a potential customer likes the person describing the offering, even an offering with uncertain benefits will gain advantage from receiving closer attention. I've often received positive reactions to my services during initial presentations to people who decided they liked me on the phone and didn't realize the kinds of services we offered until we met. Someone who likes our firm or me will usually provide helpful, unsolicited advice about how to be more likable in the organization and to its decision makers. I don't think they usually realize what they're doing, but rather they're just reacting to a sense that people in our firm aren't yet cuddly enough or in the right ways for their colleagues. When an industry is new, few potential customers will even take the time to let you come to make a sales pitch. When you have only a small number of potential selling opportunities, you should take extra time to prepare before sales presentations. You should use that extra time to find out more about the person, including what she or he likes and how he or she prefers to work with others. I've often found that 2 hours of such research can translate into hundreds of thousands of dollars in extra revenues. During such research, try to determine if you have any friends in common. If you succeed in identifying any, ask the mutual friends to vouch for you, ideally by having an informal meal together. The downside of developing liking can be that the person thinks you admire him or her so much that she or he need only sit there basking in your gaze to provide enough gratification for you. After a few sessions like that, pursue some other prospect. This egomaniac is headed for a large downfall. My experience has been that a company with such a leader will usually be taken over or go bankrupt within 3 years. Your assignment is, in an underdeveloped industry, use extra preparation time to look for how to deliver desired benefits in ways that present more opportunities to build liking. So what new forms of liking can you offer that will impress potential customers? And here I want to quote from Psalm 37, verse 11. But the meek shall inherit the earth and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The most successful organizations in new industries have often benefited by hiring people with attractive appearances and winning personalities. Such charmers fill the company's coffers by attracting those who like to spend time with attractive and delightful people. In an earlier lesson, I mentioned Mitchell & Company's practice of presenting prestigious awards to company leaders at dinners celebrating the anniversaries of our firm's founding. Those who could not attend such occasions have often sent another senior official to accept the award. Award winners were thrilled by the recognition, then later bought more consulting. Another way to provide genuine compliments is to become the author of an annual article in a prestigious publication that recognizes outstanding achievements. Then you can present awards to those described in the articles as gifts from your organization. We did that for many years for those who appeared in our listings of the top 100 CEOs in Chief Executive magazine. After the awards arrived at such companies, the doors to the CEO's office were usually wide open to us. Many times I've arrived at a company's reception desk or the CEO's office to see the award I'd previously presented prominently displayed. Your assignment is to develop and communicate new forms of liking that will encourage potential customers to become acquainted and to purchase sooner. Now we'd like to look at how you can use new forms of liking to recreate the excitement of when the market was small. Here Psalm 37:23 will guide us. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way. Many organizations hold an annual event when they recreate some important aspect of their heritage. Such an event might include rolling back prices to the original levels, providing an old-fashioned version of the experience, offering nostalgia gifts, and so forth. Some organizations only invite those who are very good customers. Such events can help customers feel better liked and more appreciated. Sometimes such special events can become the high point of the year for customers. For instance, one of our clients owns an exclusive fishing camp in Labrador near the Arctic Circle. To reach the camp, you enjoy the adventure of flying partway by pontoon plane from Thunder Bay, the site of the big NATO base where the Luftwaffe practices dogfights. During the flight, you may even soar through an opening in an iceberg. Once at the camp, you're served wonderful meals prepared by our cordon bleu chef. Naturally, only the biggest customers are invited. They value the experience so much they often ask how much more they have to purchase to be sure to receive another invitation. While there, you spend a week with your salesperson. Naturally, everyone likes one another pretty well after a week of such comfortable wilderness fun and games. I recommended that our client company open more such fishing camps to add capacity for entertaining potential large customers as well as to encourage good customers to buy more who are splitting their purchases with competitors. Your assignment is to locate new liking advantages that appeal to those who have proven to appreciate your offerings and provide new ways for such customers to increase their commitment to you to obtain such advantages. So how far can you profitably increase sales through liking? So here I want to quote from familiar lines from 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 6. I planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. There are two sides to answering this question: the amount of increased purchasing that occurs and the amount of cost reductions for increasing liking. Here's where helping those in need can make a difference. As I've mentioned before, celebrities and beauty contest winners often donate their time to raising money for worthy causes. If you host such an event featuring high-profile people at your premises, lots of potential customers will attend, and you will be better liked for being the sponsor, providing new ways for your prospects to feel liked. Programs such as Joe Girard's monthly holiday cards can be implemented quite inexpensively. You can probably create more effective versions that work even better with your customers and prospects. So you should work on developing all the inexpensive opportunities first before adding expensive ones. So again, as your assignment, test these out on a small scale before you expand it. So let's look now at how you can attract the best customers first through liking. And here I want to quote from Psalm 119, verse 47. And I will delight myself in your commandments, which I love. Several factors should be considered. The cost to develop liking, the value of liking for creating current sales, value of liking for creating future influence with other prospects, and finally, customer sensitivity being influenced by liking in their future purchases. You may find the most effective approach is to combine scarcity and liking. For instance, as you make scarce, valuable information and offerings available, you indicate you're doing so because you like the person or organization, when that's the case. Taking extra good care of someone also makes a powerful impression. Many hotels have found that by keeping computer files of guest preferences, they can provide customized services, deliver the guest a powerful sense of being liked. Delighted guests often reciprocate by providing unsolicited word-of-mouth praise to their families, friends, and colleagues. You can use such a prompting system to be sure you systematically respond in a desirable way to your customers and prospects. Photographs are also good for building liking. Arrange to have photographs of top prospects taken with your leader and provide the pictures in attractive frames. Many prospects will keep the photographs in their homes or offices. Politicians understand this practice very well, and the experience of attending a $1,000 plate chicken dinner is usually made much more palatable by providing a photograph of a smiling handshake or hug with the politician. Again, here the assignment is simply to identify top prospects whose purchases will be most influenced by liking. Find out what actions you could take that would be most attractive to these prospects and for turning them into raving fans who will continually use your influence on their influence on your behalf inside and outside your organization. Then finally, how can you change your business model to permit faster development of liking? In this case, let's look at Psalm 55, verse 22. Cast your burden on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never permit the righteous to be moved. Let's look at Disney for a moment. The corporation is primarily a business providing wholesome fun. Most employees, investors, and customers love to interact with the Disney organization. When you visit the company's headquarters, you even pass under statues of Snow White's 7 dwarfs. Who can help but smile? Showing people how to have more fun can be a great way to establish more liking. Some of my favorite business seminars have been filled with comedy, enthusiastic backrubs, dancing, and singing. Business doesn't have to be a bore. If you can count on someone to provide fun, chances are you can count on them to help you with more serious problems. What would be a better way to become better liked? So re-examine all parts of your business model to see how you could accelerate gaining more sales from customers and prospective customers by making what you do more likable. Test your better ideas so they work before making major commitments to the new business model. I think this is especially important when you're looking at beneficiaries, because a lot of times benefits from nonprofit organizations are provided in a most unpleasant way, and this is a chance to overcome that. So finally, let's look at how you can locate undiscovered high potential customers and beneficiaries through developing more powerful forms of liking. Here we look at Psalm 29, verse 4. The voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is full of majesty. One of our Mitchell Company clients took time in his company's annual meeting to recognize every major vendor and to praise the vendor for his or her contributions to the company's success. I can assure you that being on the receiving end of such recognition is great fun. Imagine if you did the same thing for your best clients, or customers, or beneficiaries, and kept their photographs in a Hall of Fame that was seen by everyone who came to visit. You may remember my story in an earlier lesson about how Claude Terrell, the legendary owner of the Paris restaurant La Tour d'Argent, spent time one evening on his knees coloring my 2-year-old daughter while we dined in his restaurant's sumptuous food. There's no doubt in our minds that he liked us and our daughter. It was a very special experience. I've never stopped singing his praises. So your final assignment is to look for valuable ways you can make customers and prospects feel tremendously well liked and affirmed by what you do. So thank you for listening. I hope you'll be back soon for another lesson on how to gain many, many more customers or beneficiaries. For the meantime, may God bless you, your family, and all you do. In the name of Jesus. Goodbye for now.